I think we're live. I think this is News at 10. Sam, and upgraded from James Flav. It's hilarious, isn't it?
What a shambles.
We're here to talk about the News at 10, the results last night. Chelsea beating Huddersfield, Crystal Palace turning it around 2-1 against Watford.
We got a downvote before we even started, and you know what, warranted. Fair enough, no problem.
I would downvote myself, I'm not going to do that. Sorry we're a little bit late, sorry I'm wearing a coat indoors, but it's a little bit nippy in here, right?
Yep.
As I said, we're going to run through the back pages. West Ham apparently looking out for Jack Wilshere after comments from David Moyes. David Sullivan has said in the pre-match programme as well that they are going to be signing players in January. If you're a West Ham fan, let us know in the comments who do West Ham actually need that could change your fortunes this season, other than the new manager that you've got now. David Moyes, you know, is getting some points, beat Chelsea at home. You've got to be happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, you do, but it's still David Moyes. But that was a great result. They played superb, so fair enough.
What we'll do is we'll run through the back pages first and foremost, then we'll head straight into the main story of the day, which is, as I said, David Sullivan in his comments about West Ham. First paper, Daily Mail. Burnley, mate, they're fourth.
And warranted. You know, they're picking up points away from home, beat Chelsea already, got draw at Spurs. And they're killing it at home, not conceding goals.
It's unreal.
Sean Dyche is the second coming. You know, like people bang on about Pep Guardiola. Would he have Burnley fourth? Probably not. And
everyone's banging on about Marco Silva being the go-to manager this season, but surely it's got to be Sean Dyche.
Mate, well, we had a I won't give it away, but we had a strong discussion up north at Ball Street North this week about why Dyche couldn't and shouldn't be considered the best manager in England.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, a little teaser there for you. That's some content, some great content coming out on Ball Street at some point.
But obviously 1-0 against Stoke. You'd expect them to beat Stoke. They had a late goal. Tottenham absolutely annihilated a horrendous Stoke side at the weekend.
You love playing Stoke, don't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's easy.
We can play them every week.
Yeah.
Move on to the next back page. It's the Independent. Eagles fly out of trouble. Wilfried Zaha came up with some real magic down the left-hand side. Effectively created both goals. Saka with a bit of a scrappy one to equalise in the 89th minute, but then I think it was MacArthur came out after Zaha beat two players, pinged it across right into the bottom corner. Bless you, Adam. Roy Hodgson, 3 points.
Yeah, and you know he's turning it around again. A lot of stick. A lot of people kind of thought, is Hodgson going to be able to do anything? But they didn't even score a goal by the time he took over. And now 4 goals in the last 2 games. Zaha is the man though. I rate him so highly. I can't see how it didn't work out for Man United. Maybe he was a little bit too young, and
I think it was just a little bit too early in his career.
And he was, the rumour is it.
What, Moyes' daughter?
Yeah, Moyes' daughter. So, this maybe or maybe not, allegedly. But he's a special player, and he's one that he's surely going to end up in a kind of a top football club.
I mean, on this sort of form, it's I don't know. You're going to be back after him, aren't you?
I hope so. I mean, we've been linked with him in in January. It's going to cost a lot of money to get him over 40 million, I'd imagine. But like I say, he can do very, very special teams and special things. And if you give him the ball and playing on the top side, he's going to get the ball more often. I think we're going to see an absolutely supreme footballer.
Well, all credit to him because he has turned it around, but he was pretty pony at United. But fair play to him, he's really doing it.
Maybe it's the poisonous atmosphere he has to play.
No, I don't think it's the poisonous atmosphere, but he's definitely happier at Crystal Palace. You can see that.
Poisonous atmosphere.
It's not poisonous. Moving on to the Metro Sports, not poisonous. Conte given a lift after Blues win as Burnley go fourth. So Chelsea won 3-1. They needed that after losing against West Ham, and it was a pretty comfortable win.
Yeah, Chelsea fans singing "Champions of England." You'll never sing
I love that.
And obviously Huddersfield won it 3 times in a row.
And they won it 31 years before Chelsea ever did. Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So
good chant though, lads. Really effective.
Yeah.
Move on to the final back page. The Mirror is still talking about the celebrations in Old Trafford from Man City fans. Mourinho was asked about it in his pre-match press conference for Bournemouth. He was salty. Guardiola was asked about it and he said, look, we celebrated. I'm on Guardiola's side with this. I think Mourinho's, it's just been a little bit of a bitch. And I'm saying that from a United fans' perspective.
Yeah, I'm fed up with this story, to be honest. I'm bored of it. It was a bust-up after a game amongst men. It's not a problem at all. But, Mourinho is brilliant at deflecting the story away from the performance of the team. On the day, Man City were much better and could have beaten more than 2-1. You celebrate a win against your rivals, and you have to. If you lose to your rivals, you have to eat humble pie, like I did when Arsenal beat us convincingly this season. You have to accept it and move on. If you act like like a baby over it.
Which is effectively what he's doing.
Really.
So hopefully this will be the end of the story and we can move on.
Hopefully they're not showing any signs of giving up.
Well, no, come on. We're playing. Both teams are in action tonight. If United can win and City can win, then let's move straight on. Let's move on to as I said, the main story. West Ham. So co-chairman David Sullivan has promised West Ham fans 2 or 3 signings in a pre-match programme for the Wednesday's derby against Arsenal. They're playing Arsenal Wednesday, didn't they, as well? Jeez, Chelsea and Arsenal. This is what Sullivan said. He said, David is still weighing up the areas we are short in, but you can be rest assured 2 or 3 players will be brought in to improve the team. And then David Moyes himself was actually talking directly about Jack Wilshere. He said, you'd hope that if you took a player from another Premier League club, it'll be much easier for him to go right into the team and play well. Jack Wilshere would be someone who we'd have a look at if he was available. Any West Ham fans, let us know in the comments, is Jack Wilshere the sort of midfield signing you need? And do you think Jack Wilshere could improve that West Ham team?
It's tough to say. I mean, there's no denying Jack Wilshere he's an excellent footballer. He played very well against, who did Arsenal play 7-0 the other day?
Oh, Bate Borisov?
Yeah, 6-0. And he played very well against them, admittedly a kind of weak opposition. He hasn't started a Premier League game this year. He needs to be playing football. He's probably got an eye on the World Cup. And you know he has the ability to be there. It's just, will he ever go back to the hype and the kind of player that everyone was excited about? You know, people were talking about him like he was the next Gascoigne, and really he's done nothing to, you know, problems off the pitch, injury issues for sure. But I think a loan move to West Ham would be. But
would Arsenal, you know, I've got Arsenal is laughing at the fact that West Ham could even consider getting Wilshere.
Well, Bournemouth got him, and that's a lesser club than West Ham.
Surely Wilshere, now his prerogative, as you said, is getting game time, and he's not getting that at Arsenal. And it is, aren't Arsenal fans, because I know you've been singing about, I think at the start of the season, you said, we need someone like Wilshere coming into the team, we need a battler, we're not strong enough in midfield. Now that he's coming back to fitness and he's still not getting those Premier League starts, what does Wenger do? Does he let him go out on loan? Does he keep him at the club?
I mean, I think Wenger keeps him at the club. You know, you need depth in the squad. There's going to be a lot of games over the Christmas period. Then you've got the European football. You know, if he wants to take the Europa League seriously, he's got to have players like Jack Wilshere there ready to come in and play football at a high level. From Wilshere's perspective, he's going to look at it and think, well, West Ham, I'm going to get first team football there. I'm going to play week in, week out. If I excel, then I might get a new contract at Arsenal, and I might end up at that World Cup. If he just rots in the reserves or playing fringe football for Arsenal, I'm not sure what that does for his career at all, really.
Got a comment here from Kyriakos, West Ham fan, saying, I take Jack Wilshere as Lanzini is our main creative output. He'll probably not work out though, knowing our luck. So any other West Ham fans in the comments, if it's not Wilshere, so David Sullivan said, right, we're going to try and get 2 or 3 players in January. Who do you want in January? Let us know in the comments. Apparently, Man City are going to be looking at getting someone in this. You know, they haven't spent enough in the summer.
They haven't got enough players.
Haven't got enough players. No. Pep Guardiola said that he thinks that Man City will actually, his words, not mine, be in trouble if they don't get a defensive signing. He said, we are thinking about it. In that department, we have too few players, and to handle all the competitions, we are in trouble, real trouble, if this is the case. Talking about Vincent Kompany's injury problems, John Stones is out 4 or 5 weeks, and Benjamin Mendy is going to be out for some time as well.
Look. It depends how you look at it and what your goals are. Man City are looking to completely dominate European football. In order to do that, they've got to win the Champions League and they've got to win the Premier League. Their form has been excellent throughout the season. Their last 4 results have been quite tight, despite decent performances. And if there is any criticism, and it's kind of balmy to criticise the team that's breaking all records in league football at the moment, but if there is one criticism, it might be that they ship too many goals, but even that is you're kind of reaching. But it's all about personnel, and if you don't have the players in that can play out his tactics, then you have to bring new players in. But his problems are pale into insignificance compared to some of the other issues that other clubs have to deal with.
It's very true, but you're right. If you're trying to find a weakness in this Man City squad, it's probably in their central defensive positions. We've got Clement Koss saying Johnny Evans to Man City. That was hyped in the summer. That actually didn't come through. We've got someone up here saying Matt Calmer, must be a West Ham fan. Thank you, Matt, saying we need to sign William Carvalho. And from a United fan's perspective, David Moyes loves William Carvalho. He literally scouted him for about 28 games in a row before he got sacked. So I know he likes William Carvalho. The Sporting Lisbon midfielder, really, really hyped. Euro 2016, Portugal won it. Carvalho played quite well. Wasn't in the starting 11 every time, but his stock has gone down a little bit. It was a couple of years ago. He was like one of the hottest midfielders, prodigies coming through. But if West Ham could get him, he could genuinely be a very, very good signing.
Yeah.
But West Ham are going to be busy in the January transfer window. Everton with Sam Allardyce as well. They'll definitely be busy. Man City, will they sign anybody?
I think
Spurs,
it's going to be. I mean, January is going to be an interesting transfer window. It's usually quite a flat one, but all clubs are looking to improve. There was a AGM at Tottenham last night, and it was mooted and discussed, and questions were asked about Modric and Bale. And Pochettino said, look, we would be interested in them. But then I think Bale's a massive risk because of his injuries. Modric, hasn't.
What's the feelings from Spurs fans towards Modric? Is it
happy feelings all round?
Just happy feelings all round.
Happy feelings all round for Modric. Look, he left in a bad way. He wanted to out. He wanted to join Chelsea. We made him stay for another year, and he ended up going to Real Madrid.
But you take him back.
Of course you do. Modric is still an incredible. He's an elite footballer. You take him back. Bale is more of a risk, but both of them are kind of. If you want to do something, if you want to win the Premier League, then you need to buy players like that. And Modric still has a couple of years left in him.
He does. We've got Antonio Giusti. Thank you for the comment, mate, saying City realistically need a backup defensive midfielder, a centre back, and a left back just for the depth. I mean, they've already signed Danilo in the summer from Real Madrid. They already signed Mendy.
Yeah.
They've already signed Kyle Walker.
Well, Delpha's been playing there, and that's a player out of position. So you can understand it from that perspective. But there is if Man City don't win the league from this position, even without strengthening in January, I mean it would be choking in the most extreme.
So we'll finish on a choking point. Thank you all for joining in News at 10. I'm not sure. You're going to be here tomorrow?
I'm going to finish on a choking point.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's your between them, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I don't know. No. James will be back tomorrow. Unless if we get like 60 likes in the next 30 seconds, then you'll never have to see James ever again. I'll ensure that he gets fired from Ball Street. So if we can get to
60, you need a little bit more.
60. What? 100 likes in the next 30 seconds, and I'll ensure that James gets fired from Ball Street.
And in the meantime, I'll read a few of these comments out.
No, silence. Stare down the camera. Stare down the camera.
I can't do that.
100 likes.
It's going to be weird. What do I do?
100 likes. James gets fired.
Sorry, James.
Come on.
I didn't condone this.
100 likes.
I've got 30.
30. It's going up.
Going up slowly. 34.
If you want James fired, all you have to do is hit that like button. Just 42. That's good. Come on.
The numbers. 40, I haven't seen the likes.
49.
Sorry, James. It seems like there's quite a lot of people who want your downfall. 53.
We'll fire him on camera if he gets 100. All right, there we go. You had the chance, didn't get there.
You didn't get there. James, you still got a job. Well done. So he will probably be
you.
here tomorrow at News at 10. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you, Flav, for joining me.
No problem.
Till tomorrow. Take it easy.